are live.
Hey guys, how are you?
You see, oh, we already got comments in here and everything. Oh, Jake Hudson is here, and we got Saw in here. I'm pretty sure more people will be coming here in a little bit since they realize we're live. You know, Kiana just got done with her little pop-up stream. So,
Welcome, guys.
welcome. How you doing, Jake? How you doing, Saw?
Let's go. That's right.
What's his thought? Do you remember what he does? I know he works, but I can't remember. I know he does the whole weightlifting thing.
He works like a warehouse, but I could totally be wrong.
Explain a lot. Probably picks up pallets. I don't need a flock of that. I have a flock of that. I'll be back. So, how's your week been?
My week's been crazy. It's been WrestleMania out here at the farm. Like, seriously. Like, donkeys nailing dogs, dogs getting raccoons. It's nuts.
Green Acres or something like that.
Literally, I am.
Farm living is
It's funny you say that because it literally is me, because I came from the city and stuff, right?
Right.
Like, and, I was used to, I don't know, city life, and, yeah, now I hang out in a barn all day, trying to stop animals from killing each other. It's fun.
Sounds like it. I know you got some videos for us, don't you?
Yeah, finally, I got a lot of video done yesterday and today. So.
As long as EV Mux holds up. Swear to God, EV Mux is so glitchy. It really sucks because you can't. The support, hey, I got a problem, and they'll get back with you in a few days or something like that.
Oh yeah, I'm dealing with that with my homeschool. It takes them a week. It takes them okay. So we've had this homeschool program for 4 or 5 years, and it's $25 a month basically, and it's great. It tailors to what he needs, and it goes along. Like, if he knows what he's doing, it kind of bumps it up, and if he's having trouble, it slows down. And it does all the grading, it does everything. Like, I just have to basically oversee it all. And if he needs help, but it's a great program. Non-political, straight as can be. Like, there's no DEI bullshit, no nothing like that. I actually found a good program. Yeah. And all of a sudden this year, literally the day before I set him to return, we get an email saying that they have raised the price to $100 a month. So, $25
that's crazy
to $100.
That is fucking
crazy. It's unaffordable. So, I mean, I can still afford it, but I'm not going to. If I'm going to spend $100, I'll go get a different program. But
getting a beep noise. I'm trying to figure out what.
Well, my phone keeps dinging. I keep getting text messages, and I don't know how to turn
that's
that off.
what that is. Okay, I there was a setting on here that I clicked on, that'll supposed to be when you get super chats. Not that I'm not nowhere near being monetized. And hey, Bobby Nick is in here too. Hey, buddy, how you doing, man? How you doing? We got Jake, we got Bobby. The gang's all here. Saw's here. How you guys doing?
Happy Sunday, y'all.
Happy Sunday, fun day.
Yeah, I've been busy. Today. I've been doing a lot of cutting down my garden so I can try to redo it for fall.
It's coming around to that time of the year.
There's just, God, I'm sorry, she's not gonna stop. It's the friend that I mentioned before. My friend has breast cancer, and I'm one of her confidants. So I try to answer her when she needs something. But
have you been talking to Tiffany any?
Not yet. No, we did connect on Twitter a little bit.
Yes, that's wonderful. I know some people give her shit in Bobby's chat shit and points the finger, because I mean that MS, it's closely related to what happened to me, so I totally understand can barely hear me. Is that
Yeah,
better?
Mandy
Or
says you're low.
okay, let me look here.
Thanks,
Wow.
Mandy.
Well, I can do it like this. I can do it like that. How's that? Is that any better?
You can do it with a wiffle ball bat.
Yeah, that's right. All right, let me know. Okay, yeah, Jake, I know you did. Hey, Mandy's here. Mandy's my tag team partner. And we are the WWE Tag Team Champions. Man, I was so stoked when we got our belts back because I think everybody in there was like, yeah. So, and we got the famous Wendy Pack is in here too. So let me get in some of these. We got Mandy here, ARAYA, and this is Wendy Pack from the Howard Stern Show. How you doing, love?
Up,
Bobby Buns is
Wendy.
here. Oh God, Captain Nick, my captain,
Still low, he says.
still low.
I hear you fine. What about me? You guys hear me okay?
How about now? Well, I can't hardly hear myself now. I know this other button's supposed to. I don't know what this does. I mean, I can crank this up even more. Is it okay now, or my clip? Is it too loud?
Now I can't hear you.
No, what?
Okay, there you are.
Oh, yeah, I'm right here. I'm telling you, man, Evie Mux is glitchy as fuck. I don't like it. Let's see here. Let's see. If I leave, you'll still be. You've done this by yourself before, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can go.
Okay, very low. I am cranked up and I'm pegging
You're pegging.
better than being pegged.
Who's
Okay,
there?
I'm gonna leave and come back. I'll be right back, everybody. I'm gonna restart my whole computer. It shouldn't take long.
All right. Well, welcome, guys. Nice to see you all. One of your new faces to me, but glad to meet you. Um, yeah, happy Sunday. Hope you guys have had a good weekend. Been hanging out at my little farm, doing some videos with my donkeys and my pet raccoons. So if you guys want to go on my channel and check those out, I got a lot more to upload today. Good to see you, Bobby. Good to see all y'all. Thanks so much, Jake. Good to see you. So yeah, hopefully he doesn't take too long, and hopefully he can fix this shit. So tonight we're gonna start talking about a very controversial girl who is a murderer. She is serving 15 to life right now for the death of her boyfriend and her friend, and it's been all over the news. There's an A&E video about it now, and I've been hooked. I've been watching it for a few weeks, and I don't agree with the the ruling. We'll just put it like that. So we're gonna show her today and talk about it, and see what you guys think. So pretty interesting. It happened over in Ohio, and it's a teeny tiny little town, and I think it was pretty much a corrupt case. And then is Spawn in here? Spawn in here. I was supposed to look up some stuff for him and answer a question. So if you're here, let me know. Hurry up, Chris. Thanks, Jake. Yeah, guys, sub to my YouTube. It is wholesome entertainment, is the way my buddy Scott put it. We have a lot of fun out here on the farm. I'm basically Snow White and Ace Ventura if they had a love child. And I show that. And I'm a big plant nerd, and I make plant medicine, so I also share that. Like I showed the other day a ginkgo tree. So if you guys take ginkgo biloba, that's where it comes from. You've probably walked right past it and never even knew. And apparently Chris got lost. Welcome, Abby. I'm working out in the yard today, guys, so excuse my poofy hair and everything. I'll probably mess with it 100 times and everybody's gonna bitch and say shit, but it's driving me nuts. I need to go take a shower. Hey, Mandy, me too.
Okay, I am back. How do I sound?
I hear you just fine.
Let's see, we got.
It's funny, Mandy, because that's what I've called myself too for half my life. Connoisseur.
A weed connoisseur. Oh, so what are you guys talking about?
I said that I am into like plants and plant medicine and stuff.
That's like code for A. Thank you, Saul, for posting those links for me. I see.
Yes, thanks.
Mandy delivers pizza. It's fun. I'm not sure she was on there when you were on there or not. I don't remember, but it's fun watching her because it looks like she's doing 80, but she's only doing 40, 45 most of the time. But she's awesome. But just don't get little pets around her that can get under her legs, which is pretty hard because she is short. But she'll. I guarantee she's probably getting like pissed right now. Like, don't you dare do it, motherfucker. So if you want, I ain't gonna tell the story. That's her story to tell. We gotta get you back on Bobby's show again. We'll let you have a tat.
At what?
So let me tell at her story. You'll love it. We'll get her to tell you. This is I love streaming with these guys because they are all total freaking nuts. It's funny. There's you want to know.
Oh my gosh. Was that to show dominance?
Yeah, I see why. I see why you're single now. Hell, not so. Hell yeah. So the gang is all here. I don't know if we're streaming later tonight. I hope so. It's a lot of fun. You come in there more often. I know it's hard. You are so busy. So what were we talking about before I had to abruptly leave? Oh, the homeschool thing, right?
Oh yeah. Let's say this is already an ADHD stream. We talked about a bunch of stuff. Yeah, the homeschool program. It was $25 a month, and now just overnight they've changed it to $100 a month. And but they did a little loyalty program. So like since we've been there, we have to pay like 30 something, and we get a whole year of that price. But then like next year it would be the full price. So I have a year to figure out what we're gonna do. But what's crazy is the company is censoring people online. Like it's taken down reviews and it's taken down like YouTube stuff, and they're like hushing everybody from speaking about this, which is makes me want to just not use them at all right now. But
there's the story right there with Mandy. That's crazy though, and I'm kind of curious. I know a lot of people say a lot of shit about being homeschooled and this and that. And the biggest thing that they mention, and I know I actually know quite a bit about this from experience. Not me myself. I went to a private Christian school. That's why I'm so fucked up in the head. But
I went to a 5-star public school.
So social interaction is always the first thing that comes up usually. How's that
social interaction
Yes.
with my
With
kid.
yeah.
He's like an adult. He's never, the reason why it works for us is because he's never cared for kids his age. Even when he was in like second grade, he wanted to sit by himself.
Yeah.
Because the kids interrupted him and bothered him,
Yeah.
and he's always been like more mature. So
That's what I thought.
he's never cared. Like he's like, get me away from these kids. He had a couple friends that were like a couple other boys that excelled too. Those were like they were like a little him and the other two boys. But then they kind of started getting in trouble together because
I got into a lot of trouble at school. It comes with the territory. It's called being too smart for your own good.
Yeah, that's what it was, and it just and he
really
started getting picked
get
on by the teachers, and like it got there's a lot.
I hated high school, and I technically I never graduated. I didn't have enough credits, but I was put in this program as the first year they had it. It was to help at-risk students, and everything. I'm self-taught with computers, and I'm put in this class, and they still have this class to this day. And it was mainly because of me being in that class. I was the only one that had any computer knowledge, and most of the everything that was pretty much taught on computer. And I played a big part in that. And I went back there like 10, 15 years later, and they're like, "Don't worry about it. You have a diploma." I'm like, "Yeah, got a diploma. Didn't have to go to the stupid graduation. Fuck you all." So
yeah, graduation.
But,
graduation was overrated.
I was in telecommunications and shit, and I'm the certified instructor for Cisco Networking Academy, and I did do some teaching at a vocational school here, and I liked it. I'd hate to be a high school teacher because some of those kids are just punks. You try to tell them something, they're gonna be like, "Oh, go fuck yourself." And so we had a mix of high school students and adults in there, pretty even mix. And we had a couple of students in there that were homeschooled, and they got a lot of social interaction through VOTEC at church. There's always something going on in the community somewhere. So that they had no problem. They got plenty of social interaction, and they were probably the smartest fucking kids in the class too. I'll tell you that right now. Because there's you don't have those disturbances from other people in the class. You're getting the attention that you need instead of being in a classroom with like 25 to 30 kids and you need help and the teacher doesn't want to help you because it's going to slow everybody else down. Blah blah blah.
They made him help other kids. That was one of the problems is because it's such a small school and like small town is the kids that got it had to then help the kids that didn't. So, but that's not right. Give him things. Give him something harder to do.
That's what I was in, and one of the classes I was in the computer class, and it was split in two. We were, it was a big room, but there's a wall there, big glass windows and a door there, and the other side was typing. And she pretty much stayed over there in the typing, and I pretty much did the whole computer lab, ran it myself.
Yep. So, no, he's smart. He's smart as crap. He's my little tech guy, and I mean, yeah, he's a.
But you can't get me a stream key, can you?
That's my own problem. That's me having to sit down and do this, and then call him over to help.
It's not hard. We'll
yeah, I'll figure it out.
We're gonna do it. I'll get you through it. It's not hard. You're right there. Even though that video cut off, the string key was right there. But no biggie. So yeah, homeschool. That's the way to go sometimes.
Yeah, we get to spend the day together. We get to go shopping. We get to go out to eat. Like it's like he gets so much more interaction actually because he's engaging with adults and like we're driving down the road and like just having discussions about current events and we're talking about this whole Roblox this PDF file situation and he has it. He's been calling it out. He called it out weeks ago when they started changing. He's like, "Mom, they're turning Roblox into a dating site." And I didn't really take him that serious, but he then explained, he was like, they're changing friends into connections, and they're changing games into experiences, and they're like literally making it into a dating site. And then all this other stuff started coming out. But yeah, he was ahead of it, and he made me aware of everything. And he's very
Wow,
ahead of
that's
his time.
I came across some shit about that just a little bit ago, and I am looking for it.
He's all about it. He's like, Mom, who's Chris Hansen? I was like, Chris Hansen is this guy who had a show called Catch a Predator, who was the original PDF file catcher and stuff. And so now, like, Chris Hansen's teamed up with these people, and it's a whole ordeal.
Let me check my browser history real quick for this because it's not in the history, but it should be on YouTube. It's not.
And he gave me a really good streaming idea I keep meaning to share with you. I'm not going to say it on here.
Okay.
But
okay.
he had a good idea.
Bingo. I need to look at this real quick. It's EW. I'm not sure if we can play this or not. It's EWU body cam.
Which one is it? The McKinsey stuff or something else?
Nope. You want to do you want to save this for another day, or you want to go and dive into it real quick?
The McKinsey stuff. I alluded to it earlier, but
yeah. Oh no. I sent you the video that I'm staring at. It's about the whole Roblox thing. They caught it big time. One of the
Predator one. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, see, I know all about it. This Gideon guy, he was in my state and was trying to bust this guy, and not my local, but the local cops, and wouldn't even touch it. They're like, our prosecutor won't touch it. We have to have more proof. Blah blah blah, and like that's bullshit. Roblox is taken up for the PDF files. Like they were. The quote vigilantes, the people who went out on their own to try to expose the PDF files on the Roblox platform, they've been kicked off, and instead of the PDF files. And Roblox is like, you guys should have done it the right way. You should have just told us. Instead, you wasted time and took it out on your own, and other people could have been hurt. And it's like, okay, but are you actually doing anything? And it's like, no, they're not.
I am so sorry, Mandy.
Hey, Betty.
Betty White. Hey, Betty. How you doing, love? Great to see you too. Okay. Well, why don't we go ahead and save the Roblox for the show after next?
Okay.
Our next show, we're gonna have a guest up here, a really good friend of mine, William Archibald, and we're gonna be diving into some government conspiracies. I'm not sure exactly what yet. We'll work on that during the week. It could be chemtrails. It could be cloud seeding. Weather modification, I'm sorry, I don't believe in weather control.
I do.
I know you do. We got some jackass running around here in Oklahoma that attacked one of our Dopplers. Oh, the government's not using it. We use that. We had more of a hand in that than the government did. Most of the weather tech around the world comes from Oklahoma. Not all of it, but a lot of it. So I'd go as far as saying the majority of it, since we're right smack in the middle of all hell breaking loose all the time.
Yeah, you are. All your storms come out this way. You guys are creating those fucking storms. That's what I've said. It comes out of the Texas Panhandle. It comes right up into us.
The jet stream has always been like that.
It has not. It used to come out of California. And then now it comes out of Texas.
It does. Oh, well, because the Gulf is there. But it comes from both. We get it all. We get California's bullshit, which I hate, and we get it from Texas.
We get Canada's too. Like just the other day, it was coming down and going southeast. It's like, since when does the fucking jet stream go southeast?
It does quite a bit, actually. It goes southeast and goes southwest. But it all depends. But yeah, that whole thing's starting to drop down. I can't wait because we have like 100% chance of bullshit coming down on top of us tomorrow. And on top of that, the temperature is going to drop in the 70s. I'm like, oh, yes, about time.
We've had 70s like all week. it kind of sucks, but that's why I've been so busy
Dang,
because
y'all weak. Good for you.
no, I want to lay out. I want 80, 85. Like I like a good
We have had
83.
we have been lucky though. I mean, we usually get like a month of 100+ degree temperatures. So let's go ahead and pick
If I'm
state.
not on a no, if I'm not on a beach, it don't need to be that hot.
So let's get on topic on what we're gonna do. You want to talk? You want to introduce what we're talking about and jump on into it? Hey, FJM, GMF Calcified Kid is in here. Thank you, buddy.
So
Come on.
do you have a clip of the accident?
No. What do I need to pull up here? YouTube, I guess.
Probably just in the Shirilla accident footage. Because I would say play that first because it's kind of
Okay, and well, okay, I'm going to start looking for that if you want to go ahead and introduce what.
yeah. So like I said, so there is this girl named Mackenzie Shirilla, and she was 17 at the time, and she had a 20-year-old boyfriend named Dominic, and their friend who was another 18-year-old boy named Davion. And Mackenzie was an influencer. She was like a TikTok and IG like little model girl, like teeny tiny little bitty girl. A lot of people said she was a bitch. She made a lot of money. She loved like flashy outfits, and so she had a lot of haters. And her boyfriend Dominic, he was kind of like that too. Like they liked flashy cars. They were always buying new tennis shoes. Just that couple, and they were living together. They were living next door to Dominic's mom, even though Mackenzie, she was a senior in high school. She just, she graduated, but she wasn't quite 18 yet. And 2 weeks away from being 18. And they go to a party, and the party they supposedly, are you sharing the screen? Is it playing?
Everything okay?
I don't hear anything. I don't know if it's playing or if it's...
Or are you playing something?
No.
You guys still hear us okay? Hey, good night, Mr. is here.
Hey. Yes. Hi, Oscar.
Hey, Oscar Electric. Oh, hell yeah.
Yay, Betty. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I've been
Yeah.
watching this for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe.
All right. Well, I'll take care of this if you want to go ahead and keep talking.
Okay, so well, I don't want to spoil it, but so they were at a party, and Dominic was a known drug dealer, and Mackenzie was driving. Davion was staying with Dominic. Davion's parents were on vacation and would not let him stay at his own house while they were on vacation. He was adopted, and his adopted parents made him stay with a friend while they were gone, which that's something I'll bring up later because I have huge thoughts about that.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have been in the car if they hadn't been so strict. If they would have just let him stay at his own house, if they would have let him use the car, he wouldn't even have been in this situation. So they go to a party. They leave. It's like 5:30 in the morning, and Mackenzie had fell asleep. She had taken a nap, but the boys didn't. They wake up. They drive home. Mackenzie was wearing her seatbelt. The boys were not. I don't know how many of you have done things you shouldn't do. Like when I was a teenager,
Oh, no.
I mean, this is why I'm
I
putting
was too
myself in
busy
her.
I was too busy going to Bible study.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm also a chronic liar.
I put myself into her shoes. Okay, they had shrooms on them, and so they had drugs in the car, and the sun was just now coming up, and she drives on a main road, and she's obeying all the rules. She's turns her turn signal, slows down, turns, and then she turns on a back road. And this back road is like an industrial parkway where there's a bunch of like warehouses and shit there, right? But it's a back way to get to Dominic's house. And that's where they had this accident at. So we need to find this accident to show.
Okay, I'm on here. What happened on the night of Dominic Russo and Davion Flanagan's death? That's them, I take it.
Yeah, so that's them. So Dom's on the left and Davion's on the right. And Davion was a football player. He was adopted. He was adopted when he was 8 years old out of a bad situation. His adopted parents are like, they're named the Flanagans, and they were extremely, extremely strict. They had cameras all throughout the house. They wouldn't let him like bring friends over. Like it was, he they like to work on cars, which is going to foreshadow some things. Another reason why I have my thoughts. But they like to soup up cars to the point where.
Oh, right. Oh, they were probably the little rice burner wannabes.
Well, they were.
Like a weed eater.
Yeah. Well, Davion's parents took his car away and took him off the insurance because of what he did to his car. So okay. he went out and got a new.
He probably got a lot of speeding tickets. A lot of people like that too.
Well, I don't think Davion did, but Dominic had been stopped by the police a lot because, again, he was a known drug dealer. Like, they knew that he sold drugs. So he had been stopped quite a few times.
Yeah, I've got this right here. In the hours before the tragic car crash, Shrilla, Russo, and Flanagan attended several gatherings around 10:15 p.m. on July 30th, 2022. The trio went to a graduation party at the home of Shrilla's friend, Kelly ARAYA. They remained at the party for less than an hour. The group then drove to a friend, Paul Burlinghau's home. According to his testimony, the group arrived around 11 p.m. They listened to music while some people smoked marijuana. Burlinghouse said that everything seemed fine between Shrilla and Russo. While he went to sleep around midnight, the group continued to hang out until the early hours of the morning on July 31st. According to the data from a phone app, Shrilla, Russo, and Flanagan left the house around 5:30 a.m.
I'm sending you the video.
Yeah, I got it. I'm glad I got my phone connected to the computer. I'll pull that up on map. Drive began normally, but just minutes later, Shrilla unexplainably sped up. And the trio were involved in a high-speed car wreck when her 2018 Toyota Camry, figures, crashed into a brick building. It would be 45 minutes before a passerby came around a crash site and called 911 per the county prosecutor's office. Russo and Flanagan were pronounced dead at the scene. Shrilla was found unconscious and not breathing, according to the Ohio Supreme Court documents, and was transported to a local hospital with serious injuries. In May 2025, Shrilla's parents, Steve and Natalie, alleged that they and neurologist Dr. Kamal Kamali reviewed evidence that is consistent with the loss of consciousness for Shrilla at the time of her crash, per the news station. Steve and Natalie believe that their daughter suffered a medical event right before the crash and did not intentionally kill her boyfriend and friend.
Okay, so that's the important part here. So go ahead and play those if you can play the video. So she got charged with 2 counts of murder. Actually, she got charged with like 9 counts of shit. And they claim that she intentionally did this. Okay, that's the whole point of this, is that she intended to kill her boyfriend and friend, and that she's this cold-hearted, evil bitch, and that she deserves a rotten hell for the rest of her life. And none of the real evidence shows that. In fact, when you listen to their text messages back and forth, Dominic was the abusive one. She has anxious attachment disorder.
Hold on. I have got... Oh, really? Say that one more time, would you please?
Me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You can?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Repeat that one more time. What's that condition?
Anxious attachment disorder.
Oh, okay.
There's avoidant attachment disorder and anxious attachment disorder.
Okay. All right.
So with anxious attachment disorder, you're not going to want to murder your boyfriend. You would never want to live without him. So yeah, so check this out.
All right. I suppose that's their car turning right there.
Yep. That's her slowly turning. And then she guns it.
Holy crap on a cracker.
And it's They clocked her at like 90 miles an hour because they had used that Life 360 app. Davion in the back seat had that, and so his friends could go back on the data and found out that she had hit like 90 miles an hour, and multiple cameras around the area caught her. The second video I sent you was another view, I think.
we're gonna watch this one more time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good God.
And again, so she's on a main road right now, and then she turns onto like a where she knows there's not going to be cops. So that is there's a T right there. Like that, right where she runs into a building, it was a T. I don't know. I've still not been able to figure out if she was supposed to be turning left or right. But she comes to a T, and instead of hit, she just slams. And there was a stop sign there that she blows. She doesn't hit the stop sign, but she blows through the stop sign, hits the sign of the building, and then hits the corner of the building on the passenger side of the car. Like she's some professional race car driver. So there's a corner of the building.
God almighty.
Should show the car, though. The car's...
We showed a picture of that.
So...
and I'll go back to that. Court TV. I don't think I can play Court TV.
Yeah, probably not. I don't know. But so... There is so much to this freaking case. Like, when the cops come and tell Dominic's mom...
I'll be happy to see Your Honor.
No, Your so Honor. Crooked. This judge has the same last name as Dominic that died.
Today is the sentencing of the defendant for the purposeful and intentional murders of Davion Flanagan and Dominic Rousseau. And in a way, it's the second time their families are gathered again to grieve.
This little bitty
girl. It's also
girl.
a day when Mackenzie's family will grieve for the future of their daughter. All three of these families and the friends of these families are suffering.
Might put it on
and
like
all of their lives have been irrevocably changed because of the actions of the defendant. The unintended and collateral consequences of a selfish, intentional, and cruel decision by Mackenzie will ripple forever in time. It's literally changed history because it's ended two lives. Two young men are dead. Their deaths were horrible, terrifying, and tragic. I will say again, if any reasonable person reviews Exhibit 802, there can be no doubt in your mind what happened this night. There can be no doubt of the absolute terror of the two people in that car. The defendant controlled all the events. She chose the day. Specifically, she chose a day just before her 18th birthday. She chose to drive the car, the time to drive the car. She chose an obscure, previously scouted route through an industrial parkway. She chose the target to hit and the victims. She chose the means and the method to follow through. And she planned and purposefully executed the events of July 31st, 2022. The review of the evidence supports the factual findings, the forensic testimony, the testimony of the first responders, the testimony of the emergency room doctors who treated the defendant, the testimony of the coroner's medical examiner, the testimony of those who knew the victims and the defendant, and the testimony of the BMV official who provided evidence that not only did the defendant deny any medical condition when applying for her license, which her mother co-signed and attested to, but also that just after the accident, Mackenzie renewed her driver's license and again denied any medical condition.
That's what bit her in the ass right there.
In fact, the defendant was so concerned about driving that, as the state mentioned, during the investigation, she asked if they could just suspend her license for 10 years. It is hard to fathom how a person could be concerned about their driving privileges, having just been responsible for the deaths of two people. There was no medical condition that caused this as an accident. There was no mechanical failure of the car. The record is clear on the facts and the evidence.
Did they
Her
soup
mother's
up her car?
uncorroborated statements without any medical testimony or records is not persuasive. It is also important to remember that even if Mackenzie intended to also die in this crash, that is irrelevant.
They try to say she was
A failed
suicidal
suicide attempt is not a defense to murder. And even in a murder-suicide attempt, when the perpetrator executing the plan survives, the other death or deaths are still murder. There's only one person who's responsible for the pain of everyone in this room, and that person is you, Mackenzie. Nobody
you
else
don't
is
know that?
responsible.
Yeah,
This
she-
isn't the fault of Dominic's family, or Davion's family, or your family. And I know that each of you have asked your questions to yourselves, what if? What if I had done this or that?
Girl.
The truth of it is, none of us can control the intentions of another. And when there is a purposeful intent to harm or kill someone, it is the perpetrator alone who bears the responsibility for the choice and the consequences and the harm that follows. The difficulty for sentencing today, honestly, is whether or not I believe you should get consecutive sentences. I'm troubled that should I give you a concurrent sentence, that people will believe that somehow I'm being disrespectful to one of the victims. And on the other hand, I have to weigh the punishment. There's a very good likelihood, Mackenzie, that you will spend the rest of your life in prison. That won't be up to me. That will be up to the parole board, and that will be up to you to a great extent. I understand that the pain in this room wants me to impose the harshest sentence, but I don't believe that would be the appropriate sentence, because I do believe that Mackenzie will not be out in 15 years.
Her lawyer.
So she's sentenced on count 2, the murder of Davion Flanagan, 15 years to life. She's sentenced on count 1, the murder of Dominic Russo, 15 years to life, to be served concurrent to each other with credit for time served. I'll waive fines, fees, and costs,
He's pissed.
and your appellate counsel will be assigned. Are there any questions from the state?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Any questions?
No, Your
He's
Honor.
mad.
All right, thank you.
So the prosecution lied their asses off.
Okay, what do you mean by they lied their asses off?
So that road that she drove on was a known cut through, which what I was saying earlier, like if you've been out, if you were ever a partier in your life, you're going to take the fucking back roads when you can. And sorry, but when you're a teenager and it's 6 a.m. or whatever, you kind of speed on those back roads. If it's a road that you know you can get away with it on, you take advantage of it. These kids like to drive fast. So I think she just turned down that road and gunned it. And I'm not sure if she just, I don't know what happened, but I don't think even a part of me that she did it on purpose. I don't know if she missed her turn. I don't know if she, I passed out. I don't know.
Yeah.
The boys were not wearing their
Yeah.
seatbelt. And like Goodnight said, that's exactly what I said. Like, they were 20 and 18 years old. They got in a 17-year-old's car. They're adults. They're adult men. And they did not have their seatbelts on. And a lot of people are trying to say, oh, well, they took their seatbelts off to try to stop Mackenzie, like to try to jerk the wheel or to try to stop her.
How can you say that? Because you.
And I was like, yeah,
you don't know.
because the first thing you do when you're getting ready to wreck is take your seatbelt off. That makes no sense to me. But they said, so this cut through, they said that she scoped out the area, that she drove, that she practiced the route, and that she drove by there like 5 or 6 times. It was a known cut through. Like, there's a line here. There's the interviews of all of the friends. Multiple people are like, yep, that's a known cut through. Yep, that's a known cut through. Yep, you do that to avoid the lights on such and such. The prosecution made it look like her normal cut through was a plan. Not true. When they interviewed Dominic's friends, all Dominic's friends were like, she did not do this on purpose. There's no way she did this on purpose. Something had to have happened. It wasn't until Dominic's mom got involved that she says that Mackenzie did it on purpose. And now you probably can't find it right here, but the body cam footage of when the police tell Dominic's mom that he's dead. First of all, he was a known drug dealer. So when they come to her, she thinks that he's in trouble for something. Like, you can tell And then she finally realizes this woman, and I'm sorry, it's awful to lose your son, absolutely. But this woman puts on the biggest performance. She's flopping and flailing, she's falling on the ground. But whenever the cops, when she thinks she's not in view, she's fine. She can go use the bathroom, she can go get a cigarette. But as soon as she thinks that she's in view of one of the police officers, boom, to the ground, screaming, crying. It's just the most performative thing ever. The ex-husband shows up, the father of Dom. Nobody's willing to even hug this lady. Like, she's so spastic and just losing her shit. And kind of find out she's a drunk. And that came out in texts between Dominic and Mackenzie. Dom's like, my mom's drunk again. And Mackenzie's like, I'm sorry. When you say I'm sorry, that means like this is a regular thing, you know? It's not like, oh, mom just got drunk for the first time, you know? When it's like, crap, mom's drunk again. So, and another thing, when you go through the text messages of these two, this couple, Dominic is verbally and emotionally abusive to her. He keeps her at bay. He won't talk to her. He strings her on. And the whole time, Mackenzie's just like, I love you. Can I see you? Can we see each other? Can we come hang out? Like, she's like a little puppy dog to this guy. And they have painted her as just this horrible, evil, rotten person. Everywhere has painted her as this. And I don't know if it's because she is a cute little girl.
Okay, my question is, and this is what probably helped bit her in the ass. They said that she's got some kind of condition that makes her pass out.
So I have that too. It's called POTS. It's postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. And what that is it's when you stand up, like your heart doesn't beat fast enough to get the blood flow to your brain because of gravity. That's when it's like, I used to like jump out of a recliner and I would start walking, and like 3 steps in, I'd turn black and almost pass out, and I have to stop, and it would be like, doo-doo-doo-doo, and then my vision would come back, and then I'd start walking again. That's what POTS is. But some people have it so bad that they do pass out. So, but that doesn't happen while you're driving.
Okay, because I was going to say that I know they tried to use that, but they might have used that actually for her to. But you have a driver's license, correct?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I'm saying, and I've driven really fast on back roads before when I was a teenager.
I have too. I was one of the very few kids in my high school class that wasn't involved in a wreck. So I know.
See, and you just reminded me, when I was a senior, there was a wreck, and we lost 2 of our classmates in the middle of the day, you know, driving too fast on the side of the road, you know. I mean, but that, it was an accident. And this, there's nothing here that tells me that she did this on purpose. And the premise is that he was going to break up with her. They broke up all the time. It was a toxic relationship. There's no doubt about that. And I don't doubt that she clearly did this. I just think it should be manslaughter, not murder. I don't think there was intent whatsoever. And even if, let's say she was hormonal, let's say it was the day before her period and she's got, which her defense attorney sucked. Like, that was part of the things. Like, they didn't bring up half the things that they could have possibly. But, like, let's say she's, you know, PMSing. Let's say she's really going crazy. Let's say her and her boyfriend are screaming at each other. Like, you have to have balls of steel to run your fucking car full speed into a building.
Yeah, and not hit the brake is kind of weird.
Like that. So like, even if like,
people right before an accident, I've known people that have gotten into accidents and they've broken their leg in several places sometimes because it wasn't the wreck. It was the impact of their foot hitting that brake pedal.
Oh yeah, she got messed up. The only reason why she survived is because she had her seatbelt on and because she's teeny tiny.
Yeah.
The boys got crushed. And she's teeny tiny.
I bet. I mean, looking at
it's awful. Yeah, it's awful. And they're like, they say like she's not remorseful. Yeah, that seatbelt wasn't going to save the guy in the front. There's no way.
Yeah, there's no way. In the back, I don't think looks like there's not a back.
But so what we're trying to say is that this girl is a criminal mastermind who for weeks was like, my boyfriend's going to dump me and I'm going to kill him. And on this day of the graduation party, on the way home, and I'm going to scope out the place. And if I just drive fast enough and I can hit into this brick building.
I think that's too far of a fetch on this shit.
Absolutely. There's no teenage girl that's there, unless she's literally a sociopath, which she would have evidence of that before now. She would have been hurting animals and shit. She would have been in trouble at school. Like, this girl didn't have any history like that. Like, she was not a violent girl.
Yeah.
So, but
Well,
the premise that she just
I'm
did
curious what
this.
her driving record was like. You got to put in the fact that this is the state of Ohio, and I'm not quite sure how their laws are. I could see her going to prison for this, but not for 15 to life?
To life, yeah.
I
And they
think
appealed it, and
that's-
they denied her appeal too. Like, her lawyer sucks. And
yeah.
I mean, just so one of the key witnesses was her ex-boyfriend, who came in and got interviewed. And it's like, and the ex-boyfriend is the one that put the idea in all their heads that she was suicidal. And he was a lot of the like the prosecute, like they used a lot of his stuff and what his mother said. And it's like, how are you going to take the word of a scorned ex-boyfriend who, like, she broke up with to be with Dominic? Like, no. Like, you could take some character, like, information, but you don't base your whole case around that and then say, oh, well, she was trying to kill herself too. Then why did she put her seatbelt on? Like, if you were going to kill yourself.
Another thing, I'd like to see what the toxicology report says.
Clean. No, so she was a pothead. She smoked all the time. They said that, yeah, her stuff came back with having pot, but the fact that she smoked all the time, it was not enough to affect her whatever. And supposedly they were doing mushrooms, and that didn't show up on her either.
Okay,
but what they were doing was they were drinking lean.
Well,
and they didn't test for that.
Mackenzie appeals her convictions for multiple counts of murder, felonious assault, and aggravated vehicular homicide, as well as drug possession and possessing criminal tools. For that reason, that follows, we affirm, a delinquency complaint was filed county juvenile court, which alleged that the appellant has committed offenses of aggravated murder, felonious assault, aggravated vehicular homicide, drug possession, and well, the shit we all just said.
Exactly, Mandy.
Yeah.
Mandy said, because Mandy was saying that she thought she did it on purpose too, but now she's saying, okay, maybe she was just hauling ass and showing off, fucked up and didn't see a stop sign. That's exactly what I think happened.
All right, check this out. The juvenile court found that the state failed to establish probable cause. There we go. That Shirella committed aggravated murder, but did find probable cause was established as to the remaining charges, as transferred the case to the general division. The
judge was this judge was a crooked bitch, and she's not even the judge anymore.
Returned a 12-count indictment charging Shirella with with 4 counts of murder, 4 counts of felonious assault, 2 counts of aggravated vehicular homicide, drug possession, and possession of criminal tools. 4 counts of murder?
They threw the book at her. I'm telling you, it's not
what
right.
The fuck?
It is not right. And again, when you get deeper into this, you find out, like, so they're like, oh, well, Davion was just wrong place, wrong time. Why did he have to get in that car? He was staying with Dominic, who Mackenzie and Dom lived together. So Davion was just coming home with them. So even if she was going to murder her boyfriend, like, why would you bring in a third person like that? There's no way you're just going to be like, oh, he doesn't matter in life.
Happy together. They just graduated and shit.
Exactly. And like, there's
here we go with the problem with her attorney. Maybe appellant waived her right to a trial by jury. She elected to have the charges tried to the bench. That might have bit her in the ass right there.
Her attorney's name's Jim, and I don't know if it's a family friend or something, but they definitely fucked up with their lawyer. And even in the calls, Mackenzie's asked her mom, she's like, we need a new lawyer. And the mom's like, no, we don't. Jim's fine. And I'm like, no, Jim sucks. Like, I could have defended this girl better. I want to go to Ohio and visit her and talk to her and be like, I don't believe that this was intent. And the reason I don't believe it's intent is because I've been in your shoes. And I've also been in a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
You don't just want to, like, no. You don't, and it's like the one time. Oh, the other thing, how the prosecutors lied. The detectives, like a few months before this, cops were called out to Mackenzie's house. She was being a little bitch. She was like yelling and screaming. Her dad, I don't remember why they called, but the dad told the cop like she needs an evaluation, like she needs to be looked
Okay.
at.
All right,
And
check this out.
the cops didn't
Bless.
even make a report though. It wasn't even worth
Yeah.
making a report. And so the detectives were trying to push that cop into lying and saying that Mackenzie's dad said she was suicidal.
Yeah. Well, the officer went to the hospital where medical personnel had taken Shrilla. He learned that alcohol testing had been conducted on her and had been found that she was not under the influence of alcohol at the time of the crash.
Nope.
Officers collected 8.1 grams of mushrooms, a digital scale, 2 cell phones, a bong, a bag of marijuana, a purse, and a Cadillac key fob. On cross-examination, Glassy admitted that Progress Drive is a cut-through street with a speed limit of 35 miles per hour. He admitted the driver to use Progressive Drive as a cut-through to get from Pearl Road to State Route 82, Royalton Road, and they often exceed the speed limit traveling on that route. Brett Robinson testified that he is employed as a patrol officer with the Strongville Police Department and has driven through the area of the crash hundreds of times. He described the area as a commercial area and described the route as follows. Yeah, it's a concrete paved road. It's one of our older roads. And yeah.
Fairly straight. There's like one little curve on it. It's a place where you would fly down.
Yeah. The camera recorded Robinson driving at a maximum speed of 54 miles per hour, and he stated that he felt this was as fast as he could safely drive on that road. It is a rough road, so even at that speed, he had to hold onto the steering wheel to make sure I was in control. Robinson assisted with breaking windows and cutting airbags when they found them. Shrilla was stuck underneath the dashboard facing down in her lap. Oh, the dashboard was facing down in her lap. So, yeah, I can see that.
She almost died too. And like when the cops come to the house, they're like, we hope Mackenzie makes it too. Like the family, Dom's family is all worried about her at first. At least the brother and the dad. They're like, we hope Mackenzie makes it. And then they turn on her.
Christine Russo testified that she is Dominic Russo's mother, and that Dominic was 20 years old when he was killed. Christine owned 2 houses next door to each other in Strongville. At the time of the crash, she lived in one, Dominic lived in the other. According to Christine Russo, Dominic and Shrilla had met in school and had been dating for approximately 4 years at the time of the crash. Christine considers Shrilla to be part of the family and they had spent a lot of time together over the years. Shrilla moved in with Dominic in December 2021 or January 2022.
They went on vacations together. The families were...
they were tight. In the 6 months before the crash, Christine observed the relationship between Dominic and Shrilla became strained. She observed fighting, arguments, disagreements, breakups, and threats. She reported that Shrilla became a more possessive of Dominic.
Dominic cheated on her too, so that's part of that.
Yeah. There came a time in August or September of 2022 that Christine and Shrilla were together at Dominic's grave. Christine asked Shrilla why they did not ask for a ride on the day of the crash. Shrilla responded that they were not fucked up. I remember this text message. I remember turning onto the street, and then my vision fades to black. It really kills me not to be able to remember anything. I promise you, I would tell you. I've been asking my therapist why I don't remember, and she said that it's because of trauma. I'm going to try to get myself hypnotized and make myself remember. So, yeah, I could see her going to prison, but not for that fucking long.
She should have done a jury trial because there would have just had to been one person like me on that jury to be like, nope, she didn't do it on purpose. And there's a few of us out there, like, I'm waging war in the YouTube comments and stuff, like, because I'm, like, pointing stuff out. And even when I was on a live where the girl was reading off the text messages, I'm like, this shows right there that he was the aggressive one. He was the abuser, not her.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
she was the anxious attachment style. It was like wanting to see him all the time, and he was just like, leave me alone, you're stupid, and like calling her names and stuff. Like, it was
Yeah.
not a good thing.
Yeah. Okay. Let's catch
Oh,
up the
and
chat.
one last thing, his
Yeah.
mom would not give the cops his phone. Dominic's mom would not turn over his phone. It's like, come
Let's
on.
catch up with chat real quick. Yeah, I don't think she had intent to commit homicide. Good night, Mr.
I don't think so whatsoever.
And Mandy checks in. I think she did it on purpose, or she thought the road was straight away and didn't see the stop sign. Good night. Once again, yeah, they were adult men and had a woman at the wheel and didn't have a seatbelt on. Yeah, if she was Asian, they all would have died, I guess. Just kidding. As far as I'm concerned, that's Darwinism. Less baby daddies. True. With the IQ of 2. Damn, always two sides to every story. I see the story and I thought she definitely purposely done it.
So that's what they want you to think. It's crazy. Like, I'm a contrarian.
That's the whole problem with this. Is that's their job to make you think that it was done on purpose. That's what prosecutors.
The prosecution was just way better. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at Matt Rittenhouse. Things started going in his favor once when they got rid of that dumbass attorney, and the prosecution was probably his best friend in that whole thing because I was watching that shit and he was an idiot. Did you see any of that trial? It was fucking nuts.
Oh yeah, no.
There was a lot of times that judge was like, "Stop, we're taking a break. Everybody back to my chambers." And I think there's one time he fucking went off on him in the actual courtroom. It's like he just told, and the guy picked up Matt Rittenhouse's AR-15 with his finger on the fucking trigger and does this with it to the jury and shit. I would, if I was the judge, I would have said, "Get the fuck out of my courtroom, you fucking idiot." Anyway, back to chat here. Best legal system ever, said to no one. No shit.
So yeah, I just want to put it, put that little seed in your guys' brain. It's like, I don't think, and it just sucks. And then the next one, we're going to talk about something else next week, but the other one I want to talk about is the Delphi situation, the Delphi murders, because I finally got involved in that.
We've got a lot of good shit coming up. We got some awesome shit.
And I like to have discussions. If you like Mandy, I love to have the back and forth to, figure stuff out. And, people think about stuff that other people didn't think of. So
dude, we got Sean Riggle here. Ha!
Definitely don't mind having different opinions.
Sean likes coming into my stream and just driving me up the fucking wall. I love this dude to death. Oh, here it is. Ha! He does the character. He does a bit, and it involves Al. Remember the Alien?
Oh yeah,
series.
Eats cats.
Yeah, that's Al. I love this guy to death, man. He's awesome. He drives me up the fucking wall, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Well, welcome, Sean.
I love cop videos.
Yeah, I've been watching quite a few.
How you doing, buddy?
So, see, I wanted to be a lawyer when I was little, but I couldn't decide if I was going to be prosecutor or defense attorney, and now I think I should have been a defense attorney.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go with Kim Kardashian now and start helping get, people out of jail that shouldn't be there.
Shrillo sent Angelo a few text message after the crash, which Angelo provided to the police. Shrillo asked Angelo, would you be able to go into Dom's room and grab some photos from his desk of me and him so I could put them into the casket so he can be with me forever? Shrillo sent him another message later that month in which he apologized for crashing and said, I know you probably think this is all my fault. I wish that he was here too. This should never have happened. I really do feel bad. It's killing me. So.
Yeah, they try to say she didn't show any remorse. And the fact that it's been 2 years later and she's she's in jail now because now all of her jail phone calls are starting to come out between her and her mom, and people are just like beside themselves that she's laughing in jail. And
Okay.
how dare her mom be so like joyous with her? And I'm like, it's called trying to keep her fucking spirits up.
Okay, I'd have to see this data, but this is what the court papers say. From his analysis of the data recorder, McQuaid concluded, okay, this is very interesting, that the vehicle's accelerator pedal was fully depressed 4.6 seconds before the crash. The engine throttle was also at 100% until 1.6 seconds before the crash, when the vehicle went airborne as it went over a curb. Within 4.5 seconds of the start of the crash, the vehicle registered a small right turn, then a small left turn, followed by a significant right-hand turn that caused the data recorder to note a rollover event, meaning that there was enough lateral force on the car that the data recorder thought it was turning over. He explained that the car was traveling very fast and that there was a hard yank of the steering wheel, turning the wheel 142 degrees.
So
See,
they
that
think
could
that
have,
Dominic tried to yank the wheel when he realized she was running into the fucking building,
or maybe she had
or
second thoughts,
or
uh,
that,
when they hopped the curb,
or
that
she
could have,
realized shit. I just passed a stop sign, and I mean that's a 1 second between leaving the road and hitting that building. I mean,
they've already. This is after it's hit the curb. It's going over, so it's not that. It's not going to be that, but it could be from the wheels hitting the ground during the event
and turning.
and digging into the dirt or the ground and turning.
Because the thing is the car
Or
is faced.
the curb could have made it happen too.
Well, the weird thing is the car hits the corner of the building and then turns and faces almost the direction it came from. That's what I didn't make sense. It's like it
Okay.
hits it and like turns like 180 degrees and ends up almost facing the way that it came.
All right. The car registered a small change in velocity as it hit the curb, and then a large change in velocity as the vehicle hit the wall. The vehicle hit the wall 1.1 seconds after the hard steering event.
So see, even yanking that to the right.
Yeah, at no point were the brakes pressed. On the cross-examination, McQuaid admitted that the data does not show what caused the steering wheel to make a hard right turn. He further admitted that the side airbags deployed approximately 30 milliseconds after the hard steering event. He further admitted that this is accepted in his field, that it takes a person 1.5 seconds to react to something they have perceived. The data available from the computer was limited to the last 4.75 seconds before the vehicle hit the wall. So,
it's interesting.
Very, very interesting. I don't know if it was on purpose or accident, but well, if it was done on purpose, yeah, you're getting what you deserve. But if not, that was such a fucking.
And then there's been girls that have been in jail with her now that are out. So other girls that have been around her, and they say the same thing. They say there's no way she did this on purpose. They're like, she is a shy little girl. Like, she talks a big game, but she does not have the balls to run her car straight into a building.
On cross-examination, Dr. Singh admitted that a blood oxygen level of 82, yes, would be abnormally low for most people. He further admitted that a patient with POTS may experience dizziness or a headache. Medical personnel evaluated Sharilla approximately 2 hours after the four-ton crash. A person who has suffered a seizure or a mini stroke could possibly have recovered within 2 hours. BMV, Ohio Bureau of Motor Vehicles. Okay, you guys have to be different than everybody else, don't you? Records indicated that when applying for a temporary driver's license after the accident in 2022, wow.
Yeah, because they didn't charge her for a long time.
I would have after that, I would have a hard problem applying for a driver's license. That's weird. Shrilla tested that she did not have any condition that results. Okay, so she lies about this, about her POTS or whatever.
Well, I don't have to report it to my B&B either. It's not, because it's not like a seizure disorder. So, like, yes, it is something where so it's like something where, like, we get low blood sugar, we get low salt, we get low blood pressure, and, like, yeah, that could all cause you to, like, go limp and, like, kind of have, like, a pass out, but then you think that your foot would come up off the gas. It's not going to go on the gas.
Okay, on cross-examination, Sergeant admitted that the data recorder from the vehicle showed that both front seat belts were engaged. The data also showed that the gear shift was shifted back and forth between drive, sequential, and neutral in the 4.7 seconds before the crash. The gear shift has to be manually moved. Sergeant calculated in this that this vehicle go from 50 to 100 in approximately 19 seconds. 17 seconds, it can go from 60 to 100. Sergeant further admitted that a hard right turn can be consistent with the driver attempting to maintain or get control of the vehicle. It could also be consistent with the passenger pulling onto the wheel, like you said, trying to avoid a collision. It could also have been a physical reaction caused by the impact of the vehicle hitting the ground. That's what I said.
Right.
It's possible that a driver attempting to brake may accidentally hit the accelerator, but he said that normally in that situation he would expect to see a data recorder capture that the accelerator go from 100% to 0 at the same point.
It's an interesting one. So I've been like just eating up all the stuff I can get because I'm trying to prove myself wrong at this point too. Like, if there was some crazy evidence to come out, I'd be like, okay, fuck, she did do it on purpose, and I would admit that. But right now, everything that I'm hearing from the last few days, like these text messages and stuff, I'm just more convinced that it was not on purpose. If it was on purpose, it was one of those spastic, hormonal, I'm going to show you, I'm going to speed, and then she just didn't realize where she was. There's no way she intended to crash. Yes, she could have been being a little bitch, little brat, but she wasn't suicidal, and she wasn't going to kill the love of her life.
Okay. Shrilla appealed, raising the following assignments of error for review. The juvenile court erred that when it concluded that the state presented sufficient credible evidence to demonstrate probable cause to believe that she purposely and or knowingly caused the deaths. The state failed to introduce sufficient evidence to sustain the convictions in violation of Shrilla's right to due process of law as guaranteed by Article 1, Section 10 of the Ohio Constitution, as well as the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution. Assignment of Error 3. Shrilla's convictions are against the manifest weight of the evidence. Oh my God, there you go. What did I tell you? That was pretty heavy. The trial court erred by permitting the state to introduce character and or others or other acts evidence during its case in chief, thereby depriving Shrilla of her right to a fair trial in violation. I agree with that. When you're bringing in people that shit on her, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's all they did.
The trial court erroneously precluded the defense from introducing testimony and or evidence relating to the July 17th incident, thereby purchasing Shrilla's constitutional right to due process and fair trial as her right to present a meaningful and complete defense.
See, so I'm right. Where was that you're reading? I haven't said that.
If you get the court doc, if you look this up, you'll find the court documents. It's on page 25. There's 46 of them. Shrilla contends that her convictions were not supported by sufficient evidence. While she challenges the convictions on each of counts 1 through 8, we note that counts 2 through 8 merged into other offenses that at sentencing. Therefore, any error with respect to the sufficient or manifest weight of the evidence on counts 2 through 8 is harmless beyond a reasonable doubt. So,
We ran over. I gotta go put some donkeys up.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and call this a night then. Like I said, be here next week. We're going to talk about some government shit. And I've got a friend that's going to be on here with us, William Archibald, great friend of mine.
And then we have a secret guest that'll be on at some point.
I hope.
He will.
Yes. Yeah, I
He
think he will too. All right. Love you guys. Thank you all for hanging out
Bye,
with us
guys.
and putting up with our crap.
Have a good week. I hope I changed your mind a little bit or opened your brain, made you think. So,
No, I still think they're fucked up and crooked.
still think
All
what?
right. I still think they're fucked up and crooked for this shit. But who knows? All right. We're out of here. You guys
Bye,
have a good
guys.
evening. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.